What's up, guys? Welcome back to Average Sakes.
How's it?
Breaking
No.
news. Breaking news.
Yup.
Raiders coach Jon Gruden is out.
Wow.
Forever. Gone forever.
Gone
Highest
forever.
paid, highest paid coach down the drain.
I didn't believe
Within
you when you
3
said he had a
years.
10-year deal.
10-year, $100 million to be the coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. Hey, things were high. 3-0.
3-0. They're looking good this year.
Back-to-back losses, and then this week came out some old old emails from Jon Gruden have surfaced through some investigations, and they were racist, homophobic. It was just gross, like grossly grotesque emails. No need for him to be in this day and age football, so he's out. Raiders assistant coach Rich. I don't know how to say his last name.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him. He's been an assistant head coach everywhere he's been, though. So
Don't they have like Ken Wisenhunt and the Gus Bradley?
And wasn't that?
yeah, his name's Rich Basiakia. Basiacia, something like that.
Baccia?
Yeah, something like
Hibachi?
that.
Baccia, maybe. But yeah, Raiders
Bisaccia.
go 3-14 the rest of the year.
This is down bad for the Raider Nation
Definitely
right
down
now.
bad for Raider Nation. Jon Gruden.
Jon Gruden was their holy grail, their savior. And
Was
pretty
supposed
good
to
coach,
be.
if you ask me.
But they were 22-31 in his stay and never had a winning season.
that's why he
Never
needed
made
10
the
years.
playoffs.
That's
Had to
why
turn the
he
team
needed
around,
10
though.
years. He needed a whole decade. He's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I'll give you a transfer to Vegas, and then I'll give you a Super Bowl. And now none of that's happening.
Sorry, buddy. You're officially retired from anything and everything.
Well, we kind of mentioned it. They lost this weekend. Upset loss to us because we had them sweeping the Bears.
The
And
Bears.
Justin
20 to
Fields
9.
First TD pass.
Yeah, Justin Fields, not really a good game from him. Terrible game from Carr. I mean,
yeah.
Bears defense showed out this game for sure.
Yep.
And maybe Gruden wasn't in the right headspace with the calls and stuff because this offense didn't get going at all.
Mm.
Carr got sacked 3 times.
I don't know if that was Derek's fault or Gruden's fault, but they just had no rhythm on that offense. Couldn't find anything.
I'm going to blame it on the quarterback.
Yeah, it's usually. Who
I mean,
gets
you
the
have
blame
to
for this
at the
type
end of the
stuff.
day. Coach and the quarterback. Coach is gone. Feels bad for Raiders fans because they're feeling so good 3 weeks in.
They were feeling great.
Their season literally upside down.
In the matter of 2 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah.
3 weeks up, 3 weeks down.
That's
Bad.
insane.
Sucks for them. Well, let's move on. We just had a fantastic Monday night game. Thriller.
Wow. Love to see it. I love when my fantasy team pulls off the W because games go to OT.
Yeah, I love when you're up 42 and then you lose in fantasy by 1 point. That's got to be the best feeling.
I love it because I'm on the other side of that. I'm the winner this week, baby.
As you can tell, our fantasy matchup in-house held against each other was the last game. And Ravens
Brutal.
pulled this one off, man.
Shouldn't have never happened.
Should have never happened because the Colts were up 25-9 or something like that. Or 22-9 at one point.
23.
23-9. There you go.
There you go.
I mean, yeah.
Lamar Jackson.
The Ravens
Have
are
a day.
the Ravens got to be the luckiest team in the NFL. Lamar Jackson has to pull out the best game of his whole entire life to win, and that's what happened. So they
Yeah,
continue.
game ball, Lamar.
442 passing yards, career high, and a Ravens record. 504 total yards, 4 TDs.
And
Guess
you know
who
that's
picked
a
him for
career
fantasy
high.
Player of the week. Let's go.
Who?
Let's go.
Roman Villa. Love it.
Nice.
Love when I
Nice. Nice.
Very nice.
No, but quick thing about the Ravens. Last week they had this big whole fiasco of running the ball with 3 seconds left and to get to 100 yards. This week they don't even get to 100 yards rushing, and that streak ends. So
Still a dub,
like
though.
weird, just weird that they
You'll
cared so
take
much
the
to get
overtime
it.
W, though.
We'll take
That's
it.
at the end of the day, that's what they care about, the overtime W.
I mean, that's fine, but
Carson Wentz had a good game too,
Yeah,
bro.
Colts didn't look bad. Jonathan
400
Taylor-
yards, 2 touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor had only 50 yards rushing and 116 yards receiving, 2 tutties. That's crazy. Pittman Jr. had a day too, 90
On a
yards and
screen
tutty.
pass, though. How often does a screen pass work like that?
he was untouched too. No
He
one.
was
He
untouched.
he just went shot out there like a rocket. Bro.
First minute of the game.
That
First
doesn't
minute of the
happen.
game.
That doesn't happen too often.
No.
But the Ravens defense didn't look good tonight.
No.
I mean, I thought they were way better than that.
And maybe this was a little bit of a Jonathan Taylor like coming out. Like that was the first time I've truly seen him just go absolutely crazy.
I don't
Like,
Oh,
against a
think
good
that was
team.
defense.
What?
I mean,
I think that
I
was
don't
the
know. That's a good
defense
team.
that- like I said, that play doesn't happen. No screen pass goes for 75 yards right off the gate like that. That was just-
Happens.
I don't know.
The Colts moved this game up
Lamar-
and down the field,
Lamar doesn't throw for 442 yards every game either.
and neither does Carson Wentz throw for 400 yards. So, I mean, maybe it was bad defense. But let's move on. Let's get to the game of the week. Bills at Chiefs. Chiefs were a 2.5-point favorite and get mollywopped.
Get mollywop. They did not look good at all. Bills looked like the way better team. Josh
Hey,
Allen
and-
is a stud.
We knew that for some reason. All
kinda
three of
knew it,
us
yeah.
picked the Bills to win. Like we saw this coming.
We
And
felt
this-
this coming.
This exact game too. The Bills just kind of embarrassed the Chiefs on Sunday Night
Yep.
Football. Yeah, the weather might have been bad the second half, but that first half when the weather was fine, the Bills
They
were
still didn't
literally
look good. Yeah.
cranking them.
Bills look great.
Josh Allen, rough first game of the year. Ever since that, has literally been on an MVP run. Crazy.
Mm-hmm. That's my MVP pick. Or not? Yeah, that's mine. That's mine. That's mine.
Are you sure?
That's mine. That's
Are
mine.
you
That's
sure
mine. Yeah.
that's your pick?
Yeah, that's mine. That's mine. That's my MVP. But yeah, 4-1 to start the year. You beat up on the Chiefs, 38-20, 300 yards, 3 tutties, and a tutty on with your legs. What'd you say? Or did Portnoy say yesterday the Chiefs' one Super Bowl was the shortest dynasty of all time or something like that?
Yeah.
I mean, yes and no. They are still scary. Like that bad
They're
game
still
for
scary.
them.
Any given week, every given week, they're scary.
But
But
they're
it's just-
they're not the same team. They are definitely not the same team.
No,
They
something
seem to
different about it.
be a little figured out. That defense is very weak, very weak. And
Wings, I don't know
the
what's wrong with
offense,
the offense.
the run game. Clyde gets
Nothing's
hurt, and
changed, though.
this run game sucked. Well, I mean,
Nothing's changed. Nobody's left. Nobody's came. and
They've
added
never
on
really
to
had
that
a run
offense.
game.
I think it's just defenses are learning and have enough film on how to defend this team. I feel like that's what it
maybe.
is. Because there's no additions or no takeaways from this offense. This offense is still the same all the way
I
around.
mean, that's how you adjust and beat teams. The Chiefs losing 3 games. The Chiefs are 2-3 right now. Like you have to think about it. If they want to go win this division, they have to win every single game the rest of the year. Can they do it? Yes. This is a team that
Yes.
can definitely do it.
Yes.
But I mean, that's the uphill battle that they have to face every single week, knowing like if we want to clinch a playoff spot, we have to win every single game, and
Gotta win out.
that's unheard of. You don't really see teams winning out.
But I'm not going to take anything away from them. Their 3 losses, like we said last week, are great teams in this league right now.
Yeah.
And good defenses. I think the Buffalo might have the best defense in the entire league right now.
Fun fact about
Their
the
defense
Bills:
is nice.
the Bills are 18-1 when scoring 30 points or more since 2017.
That's a good defense. That means that 18-1, that's a great defense right there.
And they've been trying to build this defense up.
Yeah, they took
Jordan Poyer,
Gregory Rousseau in the
Yeah.
first round.
Yeah, that guy, gravy.
Yeah, he's been good for them. And, that's what it came down to. You forced Mahomes 2 interceptions and a fumble. That's the game right there.
Chiefs are at Washington, at Tennessee, and then play Giants at home. So I feel like
Couple easy games.
yeah, they might switch it around.
Yeah,
Here
the
coming
schedule
up
makers
soon.
rewarded them. Oh, if you can get
Yeah.
out of this hardest part of the schedule, then we'll give you
Yeah.
a couple bye weeks.
They face Packers after that though, so they only got 3 games to get it right till they face A-Rod.
Yes, that's right. All right,
I
let's.
mean, it's just weird because last week, they kind of clicked.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill had like 170 yards, 3 touchdowns.
I think
So
that's the
you
puzzle
just
piece.
expected them to just kind of groove into this game, but
I think they score too fast when Tyreek Hill's or when he's doing good. So defenses scheme against Tyreek Hill to slow them down, and that's how you beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, I like
or you
it.
just score with them.
Yeah,
I like
or you
it.
just put up as many points as they can. True,
Yeah.
very
I
true.
mean, they held both those guys under like 80 yards each, so
yeah.
that's stopping them. I want to move on to my favorite game of the weekend. Chargers-Browns.
Let's go, baby.
Chargers-Browns. This game was electric. This was 2 powerhouse teams facing off against each other. And the better team came out with a W this weekend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was fun
Yes,
to watch.
sir.
Very high-scoring game. Very electric game. If you were watching, Justin Herbert is that dude. If you didn't know, Mike will have a year, huh? Contract year, trying to find his bag somewhere.
Browns don't know who Mike Will is if you ask them.
Yeah, no chance.
I swear, they
I feel
do
like
not
he's
know
been
who he
on-
is.
He's been on the IR, hasn't had that good of years these past 2 to 3 years. So I feel like
Browns just didn't cover him this weekend.
Yeah.
He was wide ass so many times. It was unbelievable. You had huge games both ways, like Baker Mayfield, 300 yards, 2 TDs, no INTs. I mean, that's
Yeah, I think the stat was the Browns are the first team to have over 500 yards and no turnovers and lose since 1900 something
era.
stupid.
Super Bowl era or something like that.
But yeah, like this is a game 9 times out of the 10, probably 10 times out of the 10 times the Browns will win this game. There was literally zero defense played. It felt like
0 defense played on both sides.
yeah, literally felt like each team was literally playing Madden out there.
Chargers couldn't guard the run, and the Browns couldn't guard the pass.
Yeah, Nick Chubb had a couple of those runs. He just literally
Breakout
popped out of
runs.
nowhere and
Yeah.
gone. He's
Yeah.
fast as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Running back duo could be nice, very nice. It is
that Browns team is nice, but this Chargers team is very
nice.
good. And it's not that they're better. They are very evenly matched teams.
Yes.
But the Browns got outcoached this game.
Yeah.
The 4th downs, Chargers went on the 4th downs, converted, to get Baker Mayfield the ball back and the Chargers defense to 3-and-out them, for them to run 2 times in that possession and not get any yards, run on 3rd down and just expect to that the Chargers defense was going to play soft. They got outcoached when it mattered most, and you lose games like that. That's a terrible decision on their offensive part. You have to go down the field in a matter of 2 minutes to score a touchdown. No field goal is going to work because they're up 5, and they literally just go. I mean, bad coaching on Stefanski's part, but Chargers look great. Herbert, 400 yards, 4 touchdowns passing, 30 yards rushing, and a touchdown. I mean, this kid's unbelievable, man. He's 23. He's doing this, and he's going to continue to do this in this league for a long time. This Chargers team is on the cusp of top 5.
Yes.
Is on the cusp. But they are doing what they need to do to stay up there. They're doing the little
Finally
things.
winning the games that were supposed to be, or that we or could. Like usually, seasons before this, we're on the other side of this game, 100% of the time, like Shinny said. But Chargers got.
If this is a Philly Rivs game, we'd lose this game to an interception on the
100%.
last drive.
100%.
Yeah, and one thing that impresses me about this team is they seem to beat every team they've played so far. Whatever is the game plan that week, whether they need a defense to step up, whether they're going to be in a shootout with the Browns, however the game takes you, they've seemed to
step up
win.
to the
Yeah.
yeah.
Before they'd be backing down and this game is literally 42 to like 14.
We would
Anything
the last
stupid.
4 years we got outcoached in every game we played.
Yep.
This season, I think we've outcoached every game we've played.
It's just tough because like you can say those fourth down calls when you guys are converting, like if like say you don't get 2 of those, like that's another
the game
possession.
coster.
Those are points that you don't get. So like
Mhm.
it's a little bit ballsy on the coach's part, but the execution that has happened when those
But we need
calls.
it. You miss every shot you don't take, and that's what our coaches weren't doing before. We weren't shooting shots. We were just taking the shots and trying to win like that. But now we have a coach with some balls on him who goes on fourth down.
Yeah, but you guys,
and we
the last
convert.
2 weeks, you guys have converted like 100% of your fourth down.
Yes.
Same. Yeah.
And that's complete trust in
doesn't-
Herbert.
That doesn't just fucking happen though. Like you don't
No,
just
yeah.
convert fourth down every single week,
You
consecutively.
he's outsmarting the game plan. The plays that he writes up are unreal.
We
Are
love,
know
really
that.
unreal.
we love to see.
But
it.
I'm just saying, if
That's how these guys get
those go
wide
the other
open.
way, these games possibly swing the other way.
True.
Very true. You left it
But-
a long time, Chin.
That's fine. My team's in a great spot.
Speaking of
I
your
don't know
team,
about
let's talk about them. Let's
They're
get in
great.
there.
They're great again. Welcome
They-
back, Big Ben.
They played Denver, buddy.
Welcome
Don't be
back.
Too
The
excited.
Steelers are back. First
Hey,
drive of the game, Deontay Johnson bomb. I'll take it.
Bomb.
The best throw by Ben this year.
Hey,
but
and when we called these games, I called it on the precedent that Teddy B wasn't playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He ended up playing, and the Steelers still won. So I'm praying to the gods that we did that pick'ems that day, because if Teddy B was in line to win start, I would have
I'm
picked the
thinking Denver.
Broncos,
Yeah, 100%. Me too.
That's us. You guys
Yeah,
need
me
to stick
too.
with your heart.
and I did, biting my nails and all. But the Steelers got this one. My big thing about this game was you didn't have to make Big Ben throw 500 times. He
Yep.
threw 25 times. Najee Harris had 22 carries, and that's how the Steelers have to win. The Steelers have to play old school football to get these W's. This is an old school football team.
And that's exactly the stat that I'm about to bring up. Since 2018, the Steelers are 18-0 when they rush for more than 100 yards.
See,
And
it's
when-
that I see it. I see it. I'm just there. I'm there mentally. Yeah, I see that. This is an old school football team, and when those games that you have Big Ben throw 40 times, you end up losing.
Yep.
His arm is not fucking built for 40 passes anymore. That
No.
thing is old and rugged, needs WD-40. Let him hand the ball off to Najee. He's a good back. 22
Najee can do it all.
22 yards, 1 TD. I mean, what,
I mean,
that was against a good Broncos.
We're talking of the Steelers here, and not like the freaking Broncos almost didn't win this game. Drive down the field at the end of the game, Teddy B interception.
Yeah, good defense.
Good defense ends that game. The defense ended the game when they had to, but hey, I mean they weren't gonna go win it, but they were freaking close. They could have
Juju
tied it
out,
up.
though. Juju out.
That's fine.
Juju's done for a year. That's what I heard. Surgery on
brutal.
shoulder,
No more
most
TikTok.
likely a year.
This team might actually turn around. No more fucking around TikToks. Everybody's paying attention. I don't know.
Dude, we're only one game away from 500.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean you're not in a terrible spot.
But when you watch the Steelers play, does it look like you're 1 game, 2 games from 500?
But the thing is that
Because our
that's
wins are in
hard,
between. They're sandwiched between 3 losses.
Yeah.
and they're going to be sandwiched in between a lot more tough games coming up.
Yeah,
For the
Steelers got a hard
Steelers.
schedule.
Yeah, and I mean at this point I'm just hoping somehow our corners just get better every week because they've suck
That's what you
and
need,
they will
yeah.
continue to suck until they just get better. Like that's Mike Tomlin's game plan. I feel like is, these guys are just gonna suck until they randomly just get better one day. Like so something
they-
will click for them.
They play DK next week.
Yeah, and like if you look at the Steelers,
No
defense
Russell though.
no Russell.
Oh, I
You know-
forgot about that. Yeah.
Gino the Weeno is their quarterback.
Do you know the wiener?
Do you know the Wiener?
No, but like for real, the Steelers defense, their core dudes are like in the box 7, So those corners are literally doo-doo, and
On islands,
that's
and
how
it's
we
not
get
good.
exposed. And it's pretty easy when you get DK or Tyler Lockett running down the field, but when Gino the Wino is at the QB next week, gonna be a great game.
Well, since we're talking about Gino, let's speak on this Thursday night game. Russ gets hurt middle of the game, and all of a sudden Gino comes in, goes and scores.
And does great. Does way better than I feel like half the world thought he was going to do.
Gino looked great.
I haven't heard this guy's name in like 5 years.
In so long. That was the first time.
10 for 17,
in a while.
131, a touchdown and an interception.
That's funny because I saw that tweet that he tweeted. He was the first rookie running quarterback to beat Tom Brady.
The last
one or something like that. And then that was like the first time I heard his name in a while. And then he fucking comes in the game that week. I was like, what?
This guy's made a living off being a 10-year like veteran backup.
Literally.
Hey, gotta do what you gotta do. Make the money. Let's ramble through this game. I mean, we all knew it was Rams. It was Rams from the very beginning. I felt like Matt Stafford didn't even look his best, but they had the run game working.
Robert Woods
showed up.
Woods, great wide receiver.
That was Russ's first loss on Thursday Night Football in his whole career.
Mm-hmm.
Feels bad, and he gets hurt in the game.
So can we even give him the loss? He got hurt halfway through.
Yep.
Yes. 100%.
Hand it over to him.
Let's move on from that game. Jets, Falcons, another game that we had a sweep in. Shouldn't have. It hit us right in the face. We should have just listened to our own stats.
We had it picked before.
Falcons win by a touchdown. Yeah.
Falcons win by a touchdown. Kyle Pitts.
Matt Ryan. Kyle Pitts has a day. 9 receptions, 120 TD.
And
that's just about it.
In London are 0-5.
Suck.
And keep the streak going.
Way to bring that up during the pod, boys. Good job.
All right, moving on. Packers, Bengals. This is the game of the kickers suck. Which kicker sucks the most?
Which kicker sucked worse?
The Colts game was that.
Not true because it wasn't kicker versus kicker. Justin Tucker is great, so don't even mention his name next to suck. The Packers versus the Bengals was which kicker sucks most, and Bengals kicker sucks most. And he was even celebrating him missing it. That's a W. That's why they got the loss. I don't even care about this game that much. Crosby hits a 49-yarder after 3 freaking misses. I like Burrow, but I mean, hey, your kicker missed. Feels bad.
I mean, you have Devontae Adams on the other team. Like the Bengals didn't stand a chance. He had 200 receiving yards.
Yeah.
Maybe if
Jamar Chase had a nice game too.
If he has 180 receiving yards, maybe you win the game.
Jamar Chase, nice game.
Jamar Chase, nice game.
But yeah, 200 yards touchdown, crazy.
All right, Crosby though missed 3 kicks, made the game winner.
Jamar Chase is the only rookie running back to have a touchdown each game. I'm pretty sure. 5 touchdowns.
Jamar's a stud right now. All right, moving on. Lions lose another heartbreaker.
Thank God I'm on the right side of this one, baby. God.
Another heartbreaker.
These are like 3 games in a row that could have literally easily been flipped on our schedule this week.
Yeah, and Lions cover again at -10 or +10. I mean, for the Lions, looked pretty good if you were betting on it.
Teams both suck still though.
They were literally winning with 30 seconds left in the game, and Kirk Cousins does what Kirk Cousins does probably about 1 time a year, and it just happened to be against the Lions.
Yep.
And he just looks into the camera and just goes, "You like that? You like that?" He just has a you like that moment.
17.
Shout out to the Vikings kicker though. He's a rookie and that's the longest kick he's ever made. So game winner.
Shout out.
Gotta feel cool.
At least one kicker making his kicks.
Shout out. All right. Shady was talking about stuff he likes. I know what he likes. Seeing Myles Gaskin have a good day.
On his bench.
I know Shady likes that.
Let's go.
Myles Gaskin goes from 3 yards to 2 touchdowns in 100 yards combined with 10 catches.
Against Tampa Bay.
But that didn't mean nothing for that Dolphins team as they get absolutely smoked
Slaughtered.
by Tampa Bay. 45-17.
400
Holy
yards, 5
moly.
TDs from the GOAT himself.
Yeah, the Buccaneers must have had a team party before the game and were watching Halloween because they slaughtered the Dolphins.
Is Antonio Brown back? ?
Don't care. He's
Exclamation
playing the
point.
Dolphins. Come on, you know that. He's playing the Dolphins. He's not
right.
back.
This you're definitely right.
Tom Brady enters his name back in the MVP race after having a freaking slow week last week. 400 yards, 5 touchdowns.
First time ever. Pretty good.
MVP race.
44-year-old.
Just because you mentioned MVP, I want to put Justin Herbert in there. He's definitely in the MVP race.
He's like
I think
fourth.
so.
He's in fourth right now.
Well, if it's – yeah, we'll have to do an MVP race here soon once we get halfway through.
Saints
We'll do an
visiting the
MVP
Washington
Fuck
football
Miles
team.
Gaskins, though.
Nope.
Saints at Washington football team. Jameis, we said, could have a good day. 4 tutties, almost 300 yards.
The roller coaster predicted that he was going to have an up game. We rode it, and guess what? 4 TDs, baby. Let's go.
Washington football team defense sucks.
Bro, one of those TDs was literally at the half, a Hail Mary.
Yes. Yeah.
And it was a bad Hail Mary, too. He was like falling, throwing that thing. Somehow Saints came up with it. Don't know how.
Brutal.
I think I remember it was like less than 10% that catch was rated or something. That pass.
Kamara had a freaking huge day. My running back I picked for fantasy. Huge day. Receiving and rushing touchdowns. Over 100 yards. 16 catches.
Saints pulled it off 33-22.
Big game. Another upset for us. Eagles-Panthers.
Bull crap.
What the hell happened? I blinked and this game freaking flipped.
Yeah, no CMC and
Sam Darnold throws 3 interceptions. That's what happened. We got the old Sam Darnold back. We should have guessed it. That we were going to see him. Yeah. Sam Newton
this week.
We should have guessed it. We should have guessed that he would have a bad game.
Yeah.
It was coming.
It was.
He couldn't be great for the whole entire year.
This game
saw some
felt
ghosts.
so long too. Like lengthwise.
This game had to have sucked to watch. I watched Red Zone, so I'm not watching these games fully, but I mean, Hurts ran around, not really have a day. No thanks.
Not really have a day.
He had 2 rushing touchdowns. That's about it.
Have a day in fantasy at least.
Sam Darnold, nothing either. Hubbard had 100 yards, so I mean,
but can confirm
that's what you're
CMC
rooting for.
We'll be back next week.
Can confirm.
Yep. Inside source told me himself. He'll be back.
All right, that'll be a good matchup next week versus the Vikings. Hopefully, Cook can come back too.
Nope.
Titans Jaguars. I think we all know what was going on this game.
It was the Derrick Henry Bowl.
It was
only sweep that we got correct, I think.
Yeah, and
Derrick Henry Bowl.
The one guy who I think may be the happiest after today is Urban Meyer.
Yeah,
he's got to be the happiest guy in
He wasn't the first coach let go of. I'll tell you that.
James Robinson,
Derrick Henry,
18 carries, 149 yards, 1 TD. He's the only player on that team producing.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's fine. He's on my fantasy team. It's perfectly fine.
That's not fine then.
Derrick Henry 3 tutties. That game over with Jags. First overall pick next year, back to back. You and the Lions.
They're listening to Drake in the clubhouse right now.
Yeah.
We're going back to back with the number 1 overall pick.
Patriots come back.
Oh my God. This is a game that I watched and I wish I did not watch.
This is a terrible game.
Patriots
I would
on my damn toes the whole time.
There's no way I would have watched this game.
Davis General Mills looked like Tom Brady.
I don't know why. I don't know why either. I don't know why.
He carved up the Patriots defense
The Patriots
all
looked
day long.
so good against the GOAT last week. I thought the Texans had no chance. And they come and basically are winning the whole game until the fourth quarter.
They had all
That
the
was-
chance.
That was brutal.
That was so brutal to watch. Don't ever watch it again.
And then they score one time in the second half.
Yeah.
Touchdown once. Then the Patriots go down. Field goal, touchdown, field goal. Good thing that's my fantasy kicker right there. Did me a good job. 17 points
Patriots
right there.
win 25-22.
Yep. All right.
Giants,
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
We knew this was gonna happen.
R.I.P. Giants.
1 year after Dak hurts himself in the game, broke his ankle.
Saquon almost did the same thing.
Almost a year later, almost does the same
On
thing Dak
on his
did.
own team.
Oh.
But
Yeah.
God, bro, that thing
Yeah, by
swelled
his
up
own
instantly.
team.
That thing was as big as my head in a matter of seconds, bro.
that was melon size.
That was bad. Very bad.
Matter of seconds.
Boys did it, though. America's team.
44-20. Are you kidding me? Yes, they did it.
And is any team gonna realize that Trayvon Diggs just picks the ball off every time you throw it to him?
He's that dude.
6 in 5 games.
Hey,
Let me tell you, the number one interceptions in a season is 14.
Hey, maybe,
14.
He's already at 5.
can we confirm
He's at
that
6 in 5
Or
games.
6. I mean, yeah, 6.
Can we
6 in 5
confirm though that
games.
it's actually Trayvon Diggs in uniform? Because maybe it's Stephon, and that's why he's catching so many passes.
They switched real
Well, he
quick.
was a wide receiver at Alabama. Nick Saban said, "Nah, buddy, you're on the wrong side of the ball."
They did a quick switch because Stephon Diggs has been absolutely nowhere this year. Unheard of.
Unheard of. And Trayvon
makes
up there
makes total sense.
leading the league in
It
picks.
makes way too much sense.
I'm gonna need you to find that conspiracy out a little bit, Billy.
Yeah, you're gonna have to dig a little deeper than that.
And the Cowboys kind of look good.
They do.
Cowboys top 5 team in the NFL right now. Easily,
I'm not mad at that.
they're gonna crush their division this year, and probably the Patriots next week.
To cap it off, week
Dak's
5,
having a solid season right now,
He
too.
is.
Dak's having a solid year.
49ers visit the Arizona Cardinals to take an L, but they did not look that good.
No team.
Neither
looked good.
team looked good,
Neither team looked good. Kyler Murray,
and that's
I don't
because
know.
both teams' defenses are pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, both teams' defenses are pretty good.
this is true.
But I mean,
Don't
hey,
care.
San Francisco, you got a rookie QB who was a D1 AA football player. Right now, he needed way more time than this. Jimmy G, what are you doing? Jimmy G said he could probably play, but he's sitting out. I don't think Lance is anywhere near ready to be playing in the NFL right now.
He
No,
looks
starting.
so
Well, maybe
bad.
with the week full of preparation of actually starting, why did Jimmy G
You know
go
who-
in there and shit the bed
You know who he looks like
and
though?
then make Trey come in not prepared at all? I feel
He
like if he had a
looks-
weekly game plan, he knew he was starting since Monday, he'd do better than he did.
He looks exactly like Colin Kaepernick.
He does. A little
looks-
chunkier. a little bit
Plays
chunkier,
exactly like him.
but yeah.
His throwing motion, everything, he just takes 2 steps back and then QB draw. Like they're back
mean,
to the Kaepernick offense.
He had 90 yards rushing.
Yeah.
That's straight Kaepernick.
16 carries, 90.
Yes.
yards.
That's the
Straight
we
down.
got the new cap.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kyler did what he did best at the end of the game. Hit D Hop, secure it,
Secure
Yeah.
the dub for us, D Hop.
undefeated still, and they got a hard schedule. Me and Trevor were talking about this yesterday. Cardinals have a hard schedule. They might next week is going to be a hard one.
They got Browns, Texans, Packers,
49ers again.
and then the Panthers.
They have a really tough schedule. Like
yeah, they do,
we can
yeah.
Average Shakes can confirm that there will not be an undefeated team this year.
Yes. Can confirm.
I'll be the first. There was definitely some highlights of some guys I wanted to touch
Darius
on.
Tony.
Lamar Jackson, my fantasy QB.
Tony had the KO.
sucked. It looked like Tyson Fury out there.
Hey, man.
Can we talk about
It
that?
looked pretty good to me. Tyson Fury? We can talk
That was
about
the
that at the
greatest
end.
boxing match I've ever seen.
Yes, it definitely was the greatest boxing match I've
It
ever
looked
seen.
like
Tyson
two
Fury,
sack of potatoes at the end of the
Deontay Wilder. No, bro,
It
it
ended
was
just the way you wanted it to.
They
so
were
good.
so
KO'd.
tired, laying all over each other, just throwing uppercuts, laying on each other. That's basically what it was. It was great.
was
I'm not gonna say it
so
wasn't great.
good.
It was fun to watch, but that's just what it looked like to me. They were just two big old whales leaning up all over each other.
We need
Bro,
Tyson Fury, Jake Paul next.
From
Tyson Fury
the
will eat him.
Wilder getting knocked down in the third to Wilder knocking down Tyson twice in the fourth,
Yeah.
for Tyson to come back and bully him the rest of the fight and then KO him in the 11th.
Cold
These are some real
fire fight.
heavyweights. Real
Yeah.
heavyweights.
By far my favorite fight I've ever watched in my entire life. Tyson Fury has beat everyone he needed to beat. Go take a nice vacation.
The
Gypsy King. We'll see you next summer.
Bro,
Yeah,
I just
that's all I
think
got
about
to
it.
say.
Any of those punches hit normal people, like regular people,
They're
that are all
smoked.
getting KO'd.
They are smoked.
And these fools are just hitting each other with haymakers the
These fools are
whole
literally getting knocked out with sitting
for
back up,
11
standing back up.
11 rounds.
Crazy. Crazy. These are bears. Bye.
You know, Tyson Fury's documentary is going to be absolutely by far the best of all time also.
His story is goated.
He's already got a gravy name for the movie. The
Gypsy King.
And that's it. You can't get much better than that. Gypsy
It's written itself.
Literally, bro.
It's literally gravy. That's fire. That was
I've been a huge fan of him for a long time. Me and Tanner would always talk about him, watch him, his highlights, because when I was like starting into this, like wanting to podcast and stuff, he was starting to transition out of his bad phase and his overweight and depressed. He was in the gym and fighting and fought a couple times, and now he's lineal champ, top of the world.
Yep.
Beat a man that was unbeatable.
Undefeated, never lost. Only 2 men can say
Deontay
that.
Wilder was 42-0 with 41 knockouts.
Until Saturday.
And he beat him
Until
twice.
the last 3 times
Beat
they
him
fought.
twice.
They tied, and he's beat him twice, KO'd him twice.
We love
Thrown in a towel and then KO'd him. But yeah, Tyson Fury, baddest man on the planet, and he proves you
alive.
that nothing's wrong with being average. He has the most average body I've ever seen on any person in the entire world,
100%.
and he is the heavyweight champion of the world.
2 times over. You love to
So,
see it.
Love it. Nothing wrong with being average, boys. We'll be back here.
Week
Another
5
guest on Pick'em's Week 5 recap. We got another Pick'em's guest coming up. Nothing wrong with being average. Like, subscribe, bang it, shopaverageshakes.com. I'll just keep plugging if you want me to. Comment down how you went this week. Go Chargers. Nothing wrong with being
13 and
average.
3 for me and